Welcome to the Jiu-Jitsu Matrix. My name is Phil Miglioris. We're here in Philadelphia at my school, Balance Studios. This is Josh Bogle, Balance Black Belt, Leglock Specialist. So first, what's going to happen here, I'm going to show you the straight ankle lock, a couple variations, and then later Josh is going to show you his favorite technique with the leg. So we'll get right into it. Josh, if you'd lie down. So straight foot lock, this is pretty much legal in every tournament. Catching, hips in, knee taps. You can do it standing and on the ground. My favorite way, we're trying to pass the guard, and I catch back this way. I'm holding my arm here, right there, not up here, right here, catching. So it almost feels like his toes are coming out, like he can get away. From here, I'm going to sit straight down, move to the side. Take notice my foot is like this. I'm not cutting it across. I'm stepping and holding, like kicking his belly. My knee comes together. My foot is under this leg. Often it's under this leg. If there are no heel hooks, do the heel hook for a sec. So if Josh sits up, he holds my heel, he'll tap me out. If Josh sits up with this side, can't really tap me. So I like this way. And I turn on my belly and hips in. Now I just did it with this grip. There is another grip when I have the straight foot lock. Like I said before, we need to be down here, not up here on the calf. That won't really work. Strong guys can make the pressure happen, but the foot lock is getting the joint here plus the bones of the foot, kind of squishing them down. So I'm here this way. Again, he's almost pulling out. So my one grip, it's like an old school grip. This is what you would see Elio Gracie or Helson Gracie, my instructors, do, because it's like you can already feel it, right, Josh? I'm just used to doing the hand work. You often will see people hand to chest, pick it up. It gives a little bit for me. My favorite is right here. Second favorite, I'll put my hand to my chest and hips in to get that foot. And the last one is this grip. So I'll show you how they go. So the entry again, trying to pass the guard. I put my knee, sometimes I put my foot over here. Sometimes I start with my leg over here. So I'm going to catch this way, sitting basically on his hips this way, and I go to my side. So I have the foot lock here, grip number one, hips in, and I turn almost like I put my forehead on the ground and hips in. If Josh at any time takes this off, push my toes to the floor, he starts hopping over, I get what I want anyway, belly down, hips in. So I'll give you some, move away a little bit. Straight foot lock, nothing you guys probably don't know. It's just training it a million times. So I catch it first. I already have the foot lock. And then I sit, I start catching from here, belly down. Turn on my stomach right away. That's the best catch for me. He takes my toes, pushes on the floor. My knee is ready, belly down. My hips do the work. Now again, we'll talk about the grips. 3 grips. Grip 1, old school Elio Gracie grip. That way. No thumbs. I go under, hold this way, no thumbs. The action is like this too, curling the wrists to make it painful. Sometimes I get this, I only have this, no legs, no hips, and he already taps. So according to the person's toughness in their foot, it'll be easier to catch this or this one. So the next one, so I catch, turn to my side, so I'd finish the same way. If heel hooks are allowed, I'll put my leg over here. If they're not, sometimes I hide my foot this way as well, catching, turning belly down. But in general, I like this hook over here and onto my belly. So without locking the legs up, I'll show you the second one. I come all the way underneath, touch the chest, and I can use it as like a guillotine sort of hold. So, but it requires me to put more hips and to isolate his knee, because bend your knee to your chest takes the power out of it. So I need to have this on. This knee keeps this knee down, isolated, then it works very nicely, okay? Third grip, this one requires you to spin. Sorry. Lift and spin. So once I go down, I'll try this. He's not tapping. I use my hands, so I'll pick it up, doesn't work, and then I use my hands this way to start turning. So if I didn't have his leg, it would look like I'm pushing to the floor again, forcing myself to the side. So again, just the 3 grips, simple toe hold, or straight foot lock rather. 1, I keep his hands off of me too. If the De La Riva hook is in there like this, I use my, get a toes in there, So he holds tight. I use my hand to push that off, and then I hold his wrist to sit down. So I start catching him. Grip number one. If he pulls, sits up, pulls my hand off, I can change to the one-handed, hand to my chest. Like try to grab your clavicle, hips in. Not down here, it's wrong. Go all the way up, hips in. If you have the gi, use your lapel. Here, keep him away. He pushes this down. I still have my lapel. He starts coming up here. I watch his hand, take it right off, hips in. So if I'm here, hips in, the palm, like prayer palm. Push in. So my favorite one is the one I get, high percentage for me. If for some reason they're dragging my arm a lot, go to my chest, and when I have it, the rest of it like a guillotine. Guillotine's not working, I change like a prayer position. I push my hands over this way, hips in. So I'm pretty certain that in most tournaments that's all legit. Just don't cross your leg over. In the IBJJF tournaments, you'll get disqualified. It costs you a lot of money to train, to compete, and you'll get disqualified right off. So the next move, Josh Bogle, leg lock. Hold on for 1 second. Thank you all very much. If you want to see more videos, go to jiu-jitsumatrix.com. Hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, and I'll see you guys soon. Now it's for Josh.
Hi, my name is Josh Bogle. I'm a black belt at Balance Studios under Phil and Rick Miglioris. I'm also owner of theslothReport.com, which is my monthly newsletter. This month we worked on footlock stuff, so it's perfect. This is my buddy Adam. He's a purple belt at Balance Studios. We're going to be going over how to use the footlock position to pass the guard. I like to treat every submission that I do as a position, so it's not just a triangle, it's not just an arm bar, it's not just a footlock, but it's also a way to sweep, pass the guard, and do other things. So number one, if Adam's on his back, so if we're over here, right? We're both belly up, footlock position. My foot is hooked underneath his far hip. This foot is in his hip, toes pointing out, knees clamped together, right? So from here, I can go for foot locks, straight ankle locks, toe holds, heel hooks, etc. If I wanted to use this as a guard pass, right? Number one, Adam, if he's sitting up, right? So he sits up, starts peeling my toes out of the hip, starts to sit his butt over top and then sitting up towards me. His goal is to maybe stuff my knee and come up to the mount, or at least get back to his feet and get on top of me. So at this point here, after he stuffs my foot, sometimes before it if I can get it, I like to go underneath the arm if I can and get my head close to his far shoulder. And notice my knee here is driving over this hip. So my knee is opening up here. This leg windshield wipers underneath me, and now I'm controlling him sitting up. So if he's trying to sit up, I'm using my head to drive him back, and I immediately hide my foot. Pass, go to my knees. So from a different angle, so you guys can see here, if my back is facing you, here, turn my foot out, he starts peeling my toes out, sitting up, I'm going underneath. You could just as easily do it from over top, but I'll show you why I like doing it underneath. So when I'm here, watch what my legs do. I can hook here, inside the legs, or I can simply drive my knee down and back step right away. My head is here in case he tries to get to his side. I'm using my head to keep his shoulder pinned. My arm here, if we go around this way, my arm underneath here is if he's trying to turn to his side, it makes it harder for him to do that. So it's a near side underhook. So as I'm passing, I have my head keeping his shoulder down. If he's trying to get on his side, I have control over him. If he does get on his side, the beauty of this is that he might be trying to frame on my neck. I can always go right back to my foot attacks where I can catch my heel hooks and things. So here, right, he peels my toes out, so sit up. Yeah, good. Underneath the armpit here, keeping my head very tight. I'm going to extend my hip and drive my knee over, passing immediately. If I clear a pass and he starts to elbow escape from here, this is good for me too, because I can also start to attack leg locks there. So I'm constantly able to switch back and forth, back and forth, back and forth between passing and attacking the feet. That's guard pass number one. Guard pass number two, if he's on his back, so you could do any of these from any kind of guard passing position. So up at here, right? So the first one is sitting up and getting the underhook. Second one is if I want to keep him on his back, I clamp my legs tight, strong pressure, hips up, and now I'm in basically a leg drag position. So from here, if I wanted to, I could go into a heel hook position, straight ankle lock, or if I want to pass, I can kick my leg here, windshield wipers in, cupping the hip and keeping my elbow down. Then the foot comes back right away so that he doesn't peel my foot off. Kick here, getting up, and passing to side control. If he turns away, I take his back. If he turns back to face me, I take his leg. So, from a slightly different angle, I sit back with the leg attack, fall to my back, control the ankle, leg drag. I can sit up, finish whatever footlock you like. If you want to pass, kick, this leg windshield wipers in, and as I get up, I'm sliding my hand over the hip like this, making sure that my armpit clears the knee. Pass the side control. If he turns away, I take the back. If he turns to face me, I can go right back to my leg attacks. Back and forth, back and forth. A simple finish from here, if you did want to finish a leg lock from here, change the angle a little bit. So, I'm here, clamp, hips up. If I want to finish from here, I can cup the inside of the Achilles tendon, air guitar back. Oh, you okay? And then from here, my grip, I can either grip like this or like this. And then my finish would be clamp, clamp, bridge my hips, pushing his toes to his butt, raising his heel up this way. So very gently, that would be the finish. Or kick, get up, and pass the guard. Give it a shot, let me know what you think. Hopefully this makes your leg lock position more versatile. www.theslothreport.com. Thank you.